This is a hectic time. We got a lot of people out with their families, so we have to keep safety, you know, at first hand too.
As the hectic holiday shopping season starts, police push a strong message of safety.
This is News 3 at 6 with Kendall, Tenney, and Beth Fisher.
Good evening, everyone. We'll get to our top story in just a moment, but first we have breaking news for you. It's the kind of thing we hope never happens, but it seems especially difficult during the holidays, a fire.
Yeah, fatal home fire at that, and Tom Hawley's above the scene with the latest.
Yeah, it's a terrible scene. It happened just after 5:30. This fire was first called in. Fire department arrived. This is at the River Oaks Manor Mobile Home Park on Desert Inn just west of Nellis, and you can see where the fire was. Apparently it started in the bedroom here, and we do have a report now that there was a fatality involved in the fire. As you can see, crews are out here, and they have put the flames out right now. They're just looking for any hot spots, doing some work around here. A lot of people milling about here, and the fire department sent out a number of vehicles. They're obviously going to be investigating for quite some time. But again, terrible situation here. A fire in a mobile home started in the bedroom. One fatality involved. We'll give you more information as it becomes available. Tom Hawley reporting from Sky 3.
Tom, as you mentioned, and updates will be coming if any more information comes our way, and certainly we'll have the very latest on News 3 Nightside at 11. Every year, I should say, on this day, thousands of people brave the crowds in the cold and head for the malls.
But tonight, a warning if you're thinking about doing the same. Proceed with caution. With more on our top story, Stacey Escalante joins us live at the Meadows Mall, where extra police are patrolling the streets. But Stacey, the officers have been all over the valley today.
That's right. They're in Henderson, North Las Vegas, and right here in the middle of the valley, police are passing out early Christmas gifts, the kind you probably won't find on most people's lists.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
I've been called worse than that.
You really are a heel.
I'm not that bad, am I?
The gift-giving spirit spills into the streets the day after Thanksgiving.
You don't want to be in an accident this time of year.
And this is one gift most drivers could probably do without.
Alrighty, sir, I wrote you for a red light and no proof of insurance.
Most drivers around the malls have their eyes on shopping.
Not paying attention.
Which means police are shopping the streets for distracted drivers.
If you were paying attention and slowed down for the yellow, you would have plenty of time to stop for the red. That's how the lights work. Signature on the red X, please.
They're looking for red light runners and speeders.
Is he in there good? Yeah.
But most importantly, little packages that haven't been tied up properly.
3 years old, you don't have a child seat? So you'd rather put the baby in the back of the truck instead up front safe in the seat?
Some may compare these cops to
Scrooge the Grinch. All of those crazy ones.
But officers like Rich Ramirez say he's not the Grinch who stole Christmas, but more like the Grinch who saved it.
Grinch, yeah, sometimes, but you have to realize, you know, this is a job that I have to do, and it's an important job. And in order for other people to have a safe holiday season, I need to do my job.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
All of the drivers I talked with today defended the police. They don't think drivers should get a break during the holidays. They say the law is the law. One of the officers tells me he wrote about 10 tickets per hour, but now it's starting to slow down. Again, they're going to be around the major malls all around the valley until 10 o'clock tonight. You better watch out. Reporting live at the Meadows Mall, I'm Stacey Escalante. Back to you, Beth.
Thanks, Stace. Tomorrow, North Las Vegas officers will patrol the Craig Road area from 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. On Sunday, NHP will put extra officers on I-15 between Tropicana and Blue Diamond as California visitors head home.
Crowd control is what they needed at Walmart this morning. Early bird shoppers lined up outside the Walmart at Cheyenne and Rainbow around 2 a.m. They braved cold temperatures in the dark to get their hands on the hottest items and supposedly the best sales this year. Not everyone was quite as adventurous about getting up early and hitting the stores, but by the mid-morning, those slow movers were out and about looking for deals. Denise Ross joins us live from the Galleria Mall in Henderson. And Denise, doesn't look too crowded behind you there.
Actually, Kendall, you know what? I keep checking the date on my pager here to see if it is November 24th or December 24th, because it has been packed here all day long. Right behind me, Hickory Farms has been doing some great business. Of course, they give away free samples, but right over there, that's the whole story, the sale signs. And from what I've seen, people are spending.
Can I help you? the next person in line, please?
$181 and change. If you can get through the crowds, you can spend the cash. Here at the Galleria, KB Toys is a popular stop. Bob and Luana Moss have 4 little ones to shop for.
First time I've ever gone the day after Thanksgiving.
Think you'll do it again?
Yeah, I actually think I will. I think I'll start at 6 o'clock in the morning, though.
That's because most people do. With sales and giveaways for the first shoppers, it's easy for the inexperienced to tire quickly.
You walk in, you buy, you go out, you don't shop.
And with the big guy in red only able to help so much, it takes a little browsing.
Working woman, Barbie. Come here when I'm looking for oddball things.
Problem solved. Oddballs, aisle 1.
Next.
Little soldier guys.
Yeah.
Soldiers.
G.I. Joes.
Good deal?
Good deal.
So bring your walking shoes or maybe just buy some. The deals are getting away, and so is the time. And since I've been here since about 9:15 this morning, I'm sorry to say that I have probably spent more than I have earned today, so I will not be volunteering for this story next year. Reporting live from the Galleria, I'm Denise Ross for News 3.
But are you all finished now?
No, but I'm getting a good chunk done.
That's not bad. At least you won't be there December 24th.
Well, now's the time to do it, right? Her husband and her daughter are not with her, so she can sneak in some of that
Get
buying.
away with that. You know, the Galleria and the Meadows malls aren't the only places shoppers are tackling.
Tom Holly is above the Boulevard Mall. Tom, how are things looking there?
Well, it's hard to say. I think what we're going to do is try and see if we can get a little sneak peek on how the shoppers are doing by going right in the top of the skylight here. And in fact, you can see a few people there holding hands. Isn't that nice? And looking for the good deals inside. That's the bird's eye view of inside. But I think what a lot of people are more interested in is what's happening in the parking lot. And yes, folks, it is fairly full out here. This is the valet area here if you don't want to fight for a parking space. And this is the roof of the parking garage. The Boulevard Mall has 3 separate enclosed parking garages, and that gives them a little bit more space to work with. This particular one is Nevada's largest mall, so they need all the parking spots they can get. But you can see the ones that are outdoors are pretty much full with only a smattering of open spaces near the outside. So people are getting out and shopping here into the early evening hours. Tom Holly reporting from Sky 3.
We're happy to be right where we are, huh, Tom? Thanks. Americans aren't the only ones a little bit crazy when it comes to fighting the crowds in search for that perfect present. In Europe, hundreds of hardcore game fans stood in line for hours, just like we did, hoping to get their hands on a PlayStation 2. The hottest new Sony invention hit the store shelves this morning at midnight. Fans in France will have to shell out more than $400 US to save a PlayStation. Sony is looking to sell at least 500,000 of those games in the European market alone.
As shoppers battle for the best deals, the bid for president is still on hold. But holiday or no holiday, the lawsuits and counter lawsuits continue. Here is the latest in the battle for the White House. Today, Florida's Secretary of State Katherine Harris says she plans to certify a winner Sunday night, which is the recount deadline. But those numbers might not even matter because the U.S. Supreme Court announced it will hear arguments from the Bush campaign over the recounted ballots, but not until next Friday, December 1st. Also today, Bush's running mate Dick Cheney is back home tonight after suffering a very mild heart attack on Wednesday. Be sure to stay with News 3 for the very latest developments on the battle for the White House.
As the list of lawsuits from both sides of the presidential ticket continued to pile up, many Americans can't help but talk about the chaos in Florida. At one bookstore we visited, the race for the White House is still a hot topic. Many shoppers say they're frustrated with the Florida recount. Some told us they believe the vice president should concede. Others say they're willing to wait.
I think he has reason to keep going, but I wish he wouldn't, just because I'm tired of hearing about it.
Do whatever they have to do to get a fair and accurate count on what this deal is all about.
No surprise here, though. People's opinions seem to be divided right along party lines. Most Bush supporters believe Al Gore should concede, while most of those who voted for the vice president say he should continue to demand a count.
Well, they've driven hundreds of miles from nearby states just to get the best seats in the House. But some NSYNC fans are beginning to think they might have been part of a big scam.
Plus, if your holiday shopping includes buying that Christmas tree, we've got some tips on why you might want to wait. Coming up on News 3, where news comes first.
Okay, grab it right in here. You're watching watching Channel 3, where news comes first. This is News 3 at 6.
We're just hours away from tonight's NSYNC concert at the MGM, but some die-hard fans believe ticket sales at one local record store were not in sync with the law, causing the best seats to disappear before they were ever really sold. Rebecca Klein reports.
Christina Whipple drove all the way from Utah just to buy tickets to this weekend's NSYNC concert. Each front row hopeful. Another story.
My daughter is physically and mentally challenged, and NSYNC brings her so much joy.
And we got to Odyssey Records at about 5 a.m.
But after waiting online for hours, they say they realized what they expected to happen here did not at all mirror what really happened. They say things seemed strange, then later grew suspicious. A group of people showed up that hadn't been waiting online, but they had the winning raffle tickets to buy the best seats.
They each went in and bought the maximum number of tickets, which was 8, and got in the same car and left.
Then came a possible clue from the crowd.
He goes, "That man over there is the biggest ticket scalper in Las Vegas." Oh, I was furious.
But was it fraud? We're digging deeper to find out. Rebecca Klein, News 3.
The Department of Consumer Affairs is reviewing the case. No one at Odyssey Records or at Ticketmaster wanted to comment. The group was able to purchase tickets in the end, but not for the seats they wanted. Coming up tomorrow on News 3 Nightside, find out why the group you just met believe they have proof the front seats were never meant for NSYNC's real fans in the first place.
Well, we had some below normal temperatures for a while, but it looks like things are finally returning to normal.
Yeah, we like that. Nate's up with a little bit more detail for us next on News 3.
For many, it's a Thanksgiving tradition, starting the search for the perfect Christmas tree. Today, lots all over town. We're getting ready for the business.
How's it looking out there?
Got it, No, I got it.
Huh?
Looks good.
So let's standing good?
After spending all day setting up this lot located on Sahara and Buffalo, it's open for business tonight. The owners say a lot of people will buy trees this weekend, but you can expect the rush to be in 2 weeks or so, and you can expect to pay anywhere from $30 to $600 for the perfect tree. And it really is a good idea to wait a little bit, because if you buy one now, it's very likely to dry out before December 25th.
Bah humbug, Kendall. I'm ready for Christmas in my house.
I know. They're not going to give me any breaks at the Christmas tree lot this year.
It's true, though. You'll be making friends with the fire department if your tree dries out too early.
Yeah, we have the perfect tannenbaum right here.
Thank you. And my nose gets to light up this time of year. And also, you guys were asking me yesterday, I think, about my barbecue turkey.
Yes.
Oh, you brought us
I brought in a sample, so we'll talk about the weather, and you guys can sample the barbecue turkey. And it still smells a little bit
left
smoky.
it out all day?
No.
It's been refrigerated.
Yes, it has been refrigerated.
We're going to try this out.
Okay, let's take a look at the weather and talk about how nice we're pretty sure it's going to be for the weekend. They're not gagging yet.
Oh, that's good.
There you go. Rio Cam, looking up and down the strip still. Plenty of visitors and locals hanging out, walking along, driving along. 58 degrees for you here at 6 o'clock, 29% humidity, light wind. The barometer's rising, 30.11. Okay, we're getting the thumbs up from both Kendall and Beth on the barbecue turkey. Whew, I was nervous about that.
Yeah, right.
I've got my own show coming up on the Food Network, so bam! Here are your 6 o'clock numbers. Take a look. Yeah, we're hanging in the 50s just about everywhere. Humidity is rising a little bit, but no biggie. Wind is light all over town. Just another gorgeous day in the desert, not just here in town, but also all around the county. Right at the freezing mark up at Mount Charleston. And my good buddy Don up there says that a lot of folks were up skiing today and probably will be over the weekend. The Las Vegas Ski and Snowboard Resort is open for business. Still in the 60s down there at Laughlin, also 60 up in Mesquite. Rest of the Southwest, some folks take the extra time to drive up to near Cedar City, where the Bryan Head Resort's been open for a couple of weeks. They're at 33 up there right now. 56 on the way to or from Los Angeles at Barstow. And you couldn't ask for a much more normal day, both on the afternoon high and the overnight low. Sun gets up at 6:28 on your Saturday morning. And believe it or not, even though you were driving around town today and the air looked a little bit stagnant, the air quality is listed in the good category at the Clark County Health District. We'll take a look. We do have another round of clouds that kind of stuck around for a little while this morning, then got out of here. And we'll continue to see those clouds kind of coming and going over the next several days. But I don't think any of it's going to amount to much of anything. In fact, we're talking about our daytime highs actually ending up a little bit above normal after being so far below normal there in the past couple of weeks. What a mess down to the deep south. There were a couple of tornado watches over parts of Louisiana and southern Mississippi. Right now, hot Atlanta, very wet. Southern Illinois, Indiana, and southern Missouri also the same deal. Rainy and 45 in St. Louis, 47 with showers also in Little Rock, Oklahoma City, and Atlanta. Okay, the nightcast goes like this. We'll get down to the lower 50s here in the next couple of hours. Still very nice. Mid-40s for you after midnight, and right around 40 for you early risers to catch whatever shopping bargains might be around tomorrow. And tomorrow, just like today, 64, a little bit more sunshine in the morning. 72 is your forecast high out at the lake. You'll see some breezes in the canyons. Down to the mid-20s up on the hill, mid-50s tomorrow. You skiers, of course, you know you need to bundle up. Here in town, we're talking about the mid-60s for daytime highs all the way into the middle of next week.
That big thumbs up on the turkey.
The
very
barbecue
moist, very
turkey.
tasty, yes.
I highly recommend it as an alternative to the oven cooking.
Oh,
Next year, we're all going to Nate's house.
There you go.
Is it easy or is it hard?
It was great.
Easy?
It was great. It was easy. Yeah, very simple. Yeah, time consuming, just about 3 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's typical, though, for a turkey. Is that all you brought us, Nate?
That's, yeah, I've got a crumb left here. That's a good sign.
Up next in sports, Mitch Roberts better bring us food. I'm just kidding. He'll show us how the U.S. team did in Fed Cup action today at Mandalay Bay.
A new requirement here. Plus, it's the end of an era in college football. That is next in sports on News 3, where news comes first.
It is a busy weekend for UNLV sports fanatics. The football team left for Southern California today. They got a must-win game at San Diego State tomorrow afternoon. The Lady Rebels play tonight at the MAC, and the Runnin' Rebs will host Cal State Northridge tomorrow night. And this afternoon, the end of a college football era. Lavelle Edwards coaching his last game at BYU against the arch-rival Utah. His 29th season there at Brigham Young. He's got 256 wins. Not too bad. Second quarter, BYU leading, but they forgot to block Cimarron grad Arnold Parker, the uncontested sack, and Edwards hoping that's the last you would see of that kind of action. In the third quarter, Cougs up 19-10. This has got to be a blown coverage. Brandon Doman to Mike Regal for the 36-yard score. Lavelle's coaching career not quite over yet. Utah has come from 14 down to take a lead late in the fourth, 27-26. That would not be good for Lavelle to lose his last game. Wild game today between 9th-ranked Nebraska and Colorado, late fourth. Huskers quarterback Eric Crouch scoring the go-ahead TD, putting Nebraska up 31-24. Colorado had scored a touchdown. That's the two-point conversion to Javon Green, and it's 32-31 Buffs with time running out with Nebraska. Good kickoff return, couple of plays, got in field goal range, and they win it that way. 34-32 at the buzzer, so the Huskers preserving a place in the BCS. Texas wins big today on the road. Actually, they won that at home today. Texas Christian 3-0 over SMU, and Arkansas a 14-3 win in a driving rainstorm, beating LSU. Well, the Op Football State Semis will be held tomorrow afternoon. El Dorado is up north to battle McQueen, and Las Vegas, Bishop Gorman will take on Worcester. Gorman's coming off the huge upset win over Cimarron last weekend. Today, Coach Whalen told me his kids are thrilled about beating the Spartans, but not satisfied by any means.
Now, there's one more peak, and it's 2 weeks away, and I think we're pretty well grounded, and I think they're happy with their efforts and you know what they've accomplished so far, but I don't think they're satisfied in any stretch.
At Mandalay Bay this afternoon, Monica Seles beat Conchita Martinez in the Fed Cup match between USA and Spain. Things weren't so easy in the second match as Lindsay Davenport battled Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Davenport won the first set, but Arantxa stormed back to take the second set 6-2. But Lindsay steadied herself in the third and final set to win the second singles match for Billie Jean King's USA squad. Matches continue tomorrow at noon at Mandalay Bay, and there are plenty of tickets available, and you can sit close for 15 bucks. I know this because I went today. It's a great scene out there. I really encourage people to go check this out. I mean, it's great tennis, and there are great tickets available. 15 bucks, you can sit close.
It's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Huh? Thanks, Mitch. We'll be back.
Good evening, I'm Nina Raditich. Here's what's new for News 3 Nightside at 11 o'clock tonight. A crisis on the cliffs of Southern California. A young boy is trapped as rescue crews rush to save his life. We'll show you how it all turns out. And the ugly side of shopping inside a South Carolina Walmart. Wait until you see what the ruckus is all about. Tonight at 11 on News 3 Nightside. Beth?
Thanks, Nina. When it gets really cold outside, most of us tend to stay inside. But for some, a stroll around the block in freezing temperatures sounds great, especially if you're a penguin in Germany. Today, the royal penguins at the Munich Zoo got a taste of freedom, normally staying inside their air-conditioned home, but now that the temperatures have dropped low enough, it's time to take a little stroll. And the penguins are from the South Pole, so they were most interested in visiting the polar bears because they're not used to seeing them since the bears normally come from the North Pole. So that's where they decided to go.
Don't get too close to the polar bears. That would be the advice for the penguins in that case. Thanks for joining us for this edition of News 3 at 6.
We sure appreciate it. See you back here at 11.